Good morning. Today is April 21st, 2022. I am Judge Martin. This is courtroom number 1. Today is the day and time set for hearings on our misdemeanor docket. The jurisdictions today are the airport and Van Buren Township. If you do not have a case that involves either the airport or Van Buren Township, you are in the wrong courtroom. And you should check your notice and get where it is that you are supposed to be. Mary Ann, do we have a case that is ready?
Yes, good morning. Mr. Smith is ready.
This is 21WM02540OM. This is Wayne County Airport versus Donald Michael Smith. May I have your appearance, please?
For the record, Your Honor, James Bennett appearing on behalf of the airport. Mr. Smith, you need to state your
Mr.
name.
Smith, state your
Oh, I'm
name,
sorry.
please, sir.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Donald Michael
That's
Smith,
okay.
I'm here.
Thank you. Mr. Smith, today is the day and time set for your pretrial. Have you had the opportunity to speak to the prosecutor this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Mena, how are we proceeding in this case?
Your Honor, we're moving to dismiss the case.
Mr. Smith, do you have any objection to this dismissal?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
The case is dismissed, sir. You had a personal bond. The bond is now released. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Smith, you have a wonderful day. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
This is 220041OD, Van Buren Township versus Antoine Collins. May I have your appearances, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Angela Manring on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Genevieve Taylor, P72797, appearing on behalf of the Attorney of Record, Jeffrey Randa, with the consent of Mr. Collins, but I don't think it might be him logging in right now. No, that's not him.
Your Honor, we are just asking for an adjournment in this matter, so we can continue the plea negotiations.
That is
How
correct,
long
Your
of
Honor.
adjournment
Your Honor, I
how long of
believe,
adjournment are you looking for? I'm sorry.
I apologize, Judge. A couple weeks should be sufficient, Your Honor.
Mr. Collins, state your name for the record, please, sir.
Yes, Antoine Collins.
Pretrial will be adjourned to
May 19th at 9:30.
at 9:30,
Yes.
May 19th at 9:30. Anything else, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Taylor?
No, Your Honor. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Have a good day, Mr. Collins, May 19th, sir.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good morning, Mr. Judala.
Good morning, Your Honor. Yeah, we're ready on Thomas Sanford. I'm not sure if he's come back to the main room yet. Yes, he's right there.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is 22WM00374OM. This is Wayne County Airport versus Thomas Sanford.
Respect for Your Honor, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Sanford. Your Honor, for purposes of arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. At this time, we're going to respectfully request a final pretrial in this matter and ask for some discovery.
Mr. Sanford, state your name for the record, sir.
Thomas Sanford,
Thank you. Mr. Sanford, your bond is going to be set at 5,000 personal. You do not need to post any money, but what you must do is appear at all future court dates Oh, let's see. Discovery requested. Final pretrial date will be
May 19th at 9:30.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
May 19th at 9:30. Discovery requested. Final pretrial date. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further.
Anything else, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Sanford, you're all set, sir. Have a good day.
thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Davis. Oh, this is 21WM02698. I'm sorry, 930M, Wayne County Airport versus Richard Kent Dowding.
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Jadala, P62186, standing in for the attorney of record, Mr. Bowditch. Your Honor, prior to me putting on the record an adjournment request, I was wondering if today's the final pretrial, if the authority, if the prosecuting authority was ready to proceed at the final pretrial.
Mr. Mena is in a breakout room with someone else. Mr. Dowding, would you state your name for the record, please, sir?
Richard Kent Dowding.
Mr. Jadala, as soon as he pops out, we'll ask that question, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
This meeting is being live streamed. Leave meeting or got it?
No, you're good, Mr. Williams. Just sit tight, okay, until they call your case.
Okay.
WM003250M, Wayne County Airport versus Theodore Williams.
Royce Nunley appearing on behalf of the defendant. Is this an arraignment pretrial or just a pretrial? I don't have the sheet.
This is arraignment pretrial.
We waive a formal reading for purposes of the arraignment, and at this time, Mr. Williams would like to avail himself of the offer made by the prosecutor, which is to plead guilty under a delayed sentence for 3 months with $52 of restitution to the standard parking.
Mr. Williams, state your name for the record, please, sir.
Theodore Randall Williams.
Mr. Williams, raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, you had the opportunity, you can put your hand down.
Sure.
You had the opportunity to discuss your case this morning with Mr. Nunley,
Yes, I did.
and you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to the charge of defrauding an innkeeper, your sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months, so long as you made restitution to standard parking in the amount of $52 and paid the cost assessed by the court, that the matter will be reviewed for dismissal.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, you understand that if I accept your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes,
You will not have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
I understand.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes,
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
no, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes,
Sir, is it true that on January 30th, 2022, at Wayne County Airport located in the city of Romulus, County of Wayne, state of Michigan, that you defrauded an innkeeper, that being standard parking, the amount of $52?
yes,
Satisfied, Mr. Nunley?
Satisfied, Judge.
Mr. Williams, the court accepts your plea of guilty to defrauding an innkeeper. Sentence will be delayed for 3 months as previously indicated. The court will assess cost of $200, restitution to standard parking of $52. Sir, are you able to pay the $252 within the next 5 days?
believe so.
Okay.
But can I get an extension just in case? Does it have to all be paid at once? Does it have to all be paid at
Yes,
once?
sir.
It does?
Mr. Williams, my question is, hold on. My question is, can you pay it in 5 days? And if your answer is yes, great, and I'll put that in the file. If the answer is you want more time, we have someone in our collections waiting room right now who can talk to you about more than 5 days.
Yeah, let me get more than 5 days.
Anything else, Mr. Nunley?
Nothing further, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Williams, you're going to be moved into the collections room to talk to the collections agent, Maria, about $252. Okay, sir?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Just wait for that indication. Mr. Minna. Oh, no, didn't come out just yet, sorry. Mr. Zausmer, I don't see that your client is out yet. He appears to be in the clerk's waiting room. Are you ready to proceed?
We are, Your Honor.
Let's get Mr. Warner out of the clerk waiting room, please.
Your Honor, I
Take your
think,
cap off, sir. Mr. Warner, take your cap off, please. This is 22WM00343 A and B. These are Wayne County Airport versus Mitchell Warner.
Your Honor, Mark Zausmer here on behalf of Mr. Warner.
State your name for me, Mr. Warner.
Mitchell Warner.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial. Mr. Zausmer, what say you on the arraignment?
Your Honor, we've worked out a deal with the prosecutor, the city attorney, and I think we would just like to put that on the record. As I understand, it's going to be all the charges will be dismissed and replaced with a charge of double parking, and there'll be a $250 fine.
Mr. Warner, raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you swear affirm testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Were you able to hear Mr. Zausmer just now?
Yes.
And is your understanding you'll be pleading responsible to an added count of double parking and that the misdemeanor and the civil infraction would be dismissed?
Yes.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way promise anything to get you to plead responsible?
Nope.
Are you pleading responsible because you are in fact responsible?
Yes.
Sir, is it true that on March 10th, 2022, at Wayne County Airport located in the city of Romulus, County of Wayne, State of Michigan, that you were double parked contrary to law?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Zausmer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Warner, the court accepts your plea of responsible to double parking, assesses the fine of $250 as indicated on the prosecutor's plea form, dismisses the misdemeanor and the civil infraction. Sir, are you able to pay that $250 within 5 days?
Yes.
5 days to pay. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Zausmer?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you, Mr. Warner. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you, you too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Mr. Minna,
Yes, Your Honor.
today is the day and time set for final pretrial in 21WM026930M Airport versus Doubting. Mr. Jadala and Mr. Doubting have put their appearances on. Are you ready to proceed, sir?
We are, Your Honor.
You're muted, Mr. Jadala.
I don't know if he hears you, Judge.
He does. Maybe he's doing something else. Mr. Jadala?
Yes,
On
Judge.
the Doubting case, Mr. Minna is ready to proceed, sir.
Your Honor, I'm standing in for the attorney of record, Mr. Jeff Bowditch, Your Honor. He's asked me to request a brief adjournment in this matter for the final pretrial.
I have no problem with that, Your Honor.
That new pretrial, final pretrial date will be,
May 19th at 9:30.
Thank you,
May
Judge.
19th at 9:30 for the final pretrial. Anything else, Mr. Minna?
Nothing further on this case, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Doubting, we'll see you on May 19th, sir. Have a good day.
Hey, hold on, I need my car back. I mean, I gotta have this car. I mean, I've been going without it for months as it is now, and I didn't do nothing wrong to begin with. I did not park that car there. They know that. They know I didn't park that car there. I'm sure they got video of who parked that car there, and it was not me. And it was reported stolen. And now my car's, I don't even know where it's at.
Mr. Doubting, I hear you, but this is not the day for that. The final pretrial is on May 19th, sir.
So I go without a car again because of why? Because my attorney can't make it? Well, I'm gonna fire him anyways. I don't want him. If he can't beat a trial on time, I don't want him as an attorney. He can't make it even to pre-trial on time. He's not gonna do me much good.
Mr. Doubting, I hear you, sir, but unfortunately, this is not the date for that.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Yep, bye.
This is 22WM00248 A and B. These are Wayne County Airport versus Shannon Ham. May I have your appearances, please?
For the record, Your Honor, James Mena appearing on behalf of the airport.
Good morning, Your Honor. Maurice Davis, appearing with Shannon Ham, who's present and appearing via Zoom. Ms. Ham, will you state your name?
Cherish Hines.
No.
Miss-
Ms. Ham, unmute yourself and state your name, please, ma'am.
Shannon Ham, HAMM.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the pretrial in this matter. How are we proceeding?
Your
Ms.
Honor,
Ham,
vote,
Ms.
Your
Ham,
Honor.
did you receive the text that I sent over?
I didn't. Do you want me to move? Would you be able to say it for me?
The prosecutor agreed to
No,
amend the
no.
charge.
Mr. Minna, how are we proceeding in this matter?
Your Honor, what I've offered to Ms. Ham through her attorney is this: Ms. Ham would plead responsible to a double parking civil infraction, non-reportable, with a fine of $400. If she accepts that, we'll dismiss the 2 misdemeanor charges.
Mr.
Okay,
Davis, do
something-
you need to go into a breakout room with your client?
Is that
Would I
acceptable
be
with
able
town?
to? Or
I'm sorry?
Mr.
would I be
Davis,
able to?
do you need, no,
Yeah.
ma'am, Mr. Davis,
Yes.
you need to go into a breakout room. Thank you.
Yes, briefly, Judge.
This is 22WM003840M. This is Wayne County Airport versus Cherish Hines.
Good morning again. For the record, Your Honor, James Mena appearing on behalf of the airport.
Ms. Hines, state your name, please.
Cherish Hines.
Ms. Hines, today is the day and time set for your arraignment in this matter. There's a notation on your file that you waived the right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney this morning. Is that correct, ma'am?
That is correct.
Ma'am, it's alleged that on March 17, 2022, at Detroit Metro Airport, City of Romulus, County of Wayne, State of Michigan, that you committed a checkpoint violation. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and fines up to $500 plus court costs. For purposes of arraignment, ma'am, how do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
Ma'am, you understand there's an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty, sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months, and so long as you paid the costs assessed by the court and committed no new criminal offenses, the matter will be reviewed for dismissal in that 3 months.
Yes, I understand.
And you wish to accept that offer, ma'am?
Yes.
Raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
Thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down. Ma'am, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind?
I accept.
You won't have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor. Do you understand that?
I understand.
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Ma'am, is it true that on March 17, 2022 at Detroit Metro Airport in City of Romulus that you took a dangerous weapon through the checkpoint?
Yes.
What was that weapon, ma'am?
It was a gun.
Thank you. Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Ms. Hines, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the sole count of checkpoint violation. Will assess costs of $500. Are you able to pay that within 5 days?
Can I do a payment plan?
Yes, ma'am. You will go into the collections breakout room this morning and make a payment plan on the $500.
Okay.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Hines, watch for the invitation to go into the collections breakout room, ma'am. Recalling the case ending 248 A and B Airport versus Ham. Mr. Davis, you've had the opportunity to review the offer from the prosecutor with your client. You're muted, sir.
Yes, I have, Judge.
And how do you wish to proceed?
My client is going to plead responsible to the amended charge of double parking.
Ms. Ham, raise your right hand for me, please. Unmute yourself. Do you swear from testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. You've now had the opportunity to discuss this case with your attorney.
Yes.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, I understand.
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead responsible?
No.
You're pleading responsible because you are in fact responsible.
Yes.
Ma'am, is it true that on February 25th, 2022 at Detroit Metro Airport, City of Romulus, County of Wayne, State of Michigan, that you were double parked contrary to law?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Davis?
Satisfied as well.
Ms. Ham, the court accepts your plea of guilty to being double parked on the day in question, will assess a fine of $400 and will dismiss both misdemeanors previously issued by the airport. Ma'am, do you need more than 5 days to pay this amount?
No, I can pay it today.
Ma'am, you can pay online, you can bring it to the court, or you can mail it to the court. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Davis?
No, Judge.
Ms. Ham, good luck to you. Have a great day.
Thanks. Thank you.
This is 2202380M. This is Van Buren Township versus Motley.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Richardella, P 62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Motley. For purposes of arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. At this time, Mr. Motley is going to respectfully request some discovery in this matter be set for a pretrial.
I'll prepare an order for the discovery.
There
Thank you.
is a notation from Van Buren Township Police Department that they do not oppose personal bond for that reason. I'm sorry, Mr. Motley, state your name for me.
Yes, Antoine Motley.
Thank you. Mr. Motley, your bond will be set at 5,000 personal. Sir, you do not need to post any money, but what you must do is appear at future court dates. You are to have no contact with the victim, Jeffrey Marchek, M-A-R-C-H-E-K III.
I'm sorry, Judge, what was that date?
I didn't give a date yet, sir. Pre-trial date will be
May 19th at 9:40.
May 19th at 9:40. Back here with me. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Motley, I'll see you back here on May 19th, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. No, before you leave. There's an order for fingerprints on the file, Mr. Motley. The court is signing it. You'll need to present yourself to the Van Buren Township Police Department before your next scheduled court date. I'm sorry, sir,
Okay.
were you starting to ask a question?
Yeah, no, I understand.
You just what?
Do I just come to the Romulus Police Station?
Van Buren Township Public Safety.
Oh, okay, I'll look that up.
Thank you, sir. This is 2201980M. This is Van Buren Township versus Michael Council. May I have your appearances, please?
Angela Manry on behalf of the people.
Tracy Geisbert appearing on behalf of Mr. Council.
Your Honor, we adjourned the last pretrial. I attempted to make contact with the complainant by phone and by mail. I've had no luck in reaching her. So at this point, the people are not prepared to move forward and we are moving to dismiss.
I'm sorry, wait 1 second. Let's get your client out here.
Bringing him back.
Thank you. Mr. Council, unmute yourself and state your name for the record, please, sir.
Michael Council.
Thank you, sir. The prosecutor just indicated there had been no contact with the complainant and they were moving to dismiss this matter. Ms. Geisbert, do you have any objection to the dismissal?
No objection, Your Honor.
This matter is dismissed. Anything else, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else on behalf of Mr. Counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Counsel, you have a good day, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, ma'am. Mr. Counsel? Did you need something else, sir? Oh, boy. Ms. Zannon, good morning.
Good morning, Judge. How are you? As soon as I heard the
I
oh
am
boy,
wonderful. How have
I
you
knew
been?
I'm good. I knew the oh boy was for me. I just had a feeling, Judge.
I'm always shocked to see you on anything other than a landlord-tenant docket, so.
Yeah, but these go hand in hand with some of those, so there's that.
Have you already spoken to Ms. Manarino, and are you ready to proceed?
I am, Judge, and I have.
This is 22VB004950M Van Buren Township versus SKM Delaware LLC.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, or good morning, Your Honor. Carrie Zannon, P67390 on behalf of the defendant SKM Delaware.
Angela Manarino on behalf of the people.
Ms. Manarino, how are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, I spoke with Ms. Zannon in the breakout room. At this time, her client is going to plead responsible to the civil infraction.
And that's correct, Your Honor.
What civil infraction?
It was exterior property areas is what it was written for.
There's an indication to me misdemeanor, but let's see.
Oh, I just told my client he could leave too. I just saw his face and I saw him zoom in.
The ticket says civil infraction, but the file says misdemeanor. Okay.
And that's what I showed too. I showed that the ticket said civil infraction, but when I called and because we were gonna just try to pay it, they said, no, we can't, you can't pay it. We need you to come. So I'm here.
I wonder why it comes up for us as something else. I'm sorry, Ms. Anna, you're authorized by your client to plead responsible to the civil
I am, Your
infraction.
Honor. Yes.
I'm gonna put it on the side to follow. I'll take the plea of responsible. I'll need to put it on the side because like you said, it's showing as a misdemeanor in our system when it should probably be the civil infraction because that's what you and Ms. Manarino both indicate.
And I'm just
Was there
double
any
checking for the
conversation?
ordinance, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
I'm just double checking the ordinance.
Was there any conversation or agreement about fines and costs in this matter?
Your Honor, I apologize.
We
I believe the fine on this, on the civil infraction is $180, Your Honor.
180?
Yes. That's the
And that was your
conversation. we had.
understanding, Mrs. Anna?
It is, Judge. I just would ask for
Does your
7
client
days.
need more than 7 days? Okay.
Thank you.
SK Yam is defendant pleads responsible to the civil infraction of the violation, 180 days due in 7 days. Your client can bring it to the court, mail it to the court, or pay it online, ma'am.
Perfect. Thank you,
Anything
Judge.
else in this matter?
Not for me.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day. Good to see you.
Nice to see you too. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is Mr. Robinson right behind you?
Yes, Judge. Should be.
Thank you. Somebody might want to go find out if if Mariah needs assistance. This is 220066OT. This is Van Buren Township versus Lonnie McCollum. May I have your appearances, please?
Angela Manring on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Steve Robinson appeared on behalf of Lonnie McCullum, who's sitting to my right.
State your name for me, please, sir.
Lonnie McCullum.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the pretrial in this matter. How are we proceeding, Ms. Manarino?
Your Honor, the people are moving to amend the original charge to failure to report.
Mr. McCollum, would you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear from testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, you'll note, you should note that this is going to be a no contest plea. Civil liability being the reason.
Thank you. Mr. McCollum, you've had the opportunity to discuss the case and the offer from the prosecutor with Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
and you understand that the court accepts your plea of no contest to failing to report, the amended count of failing to report, that you won't have a trial of any kind in this matter?
Yeah. Yes.
You won't have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor?
Yes.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily? You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything?
No.
Inasmuch as this will be a no contest plea, Mr. Robinson, do you consent to the court relying on the contents of the complaint in this matter as
I
the
do.
factual basis?
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. The complaint in this matter indicates that on January 19, 2022 in Van Buren Township, at approximately 1 p.m. at or near Hannon Road and Huron River Drive, within a location within Van Buren Township, the defendant did drive a vehicle, to wit a 2011 black Lincoln MKZ, when it crashed into another vehicle that the defendant knew or had reason to believe he had been involved in a traffic crash. After said collision, defendant McCollum left the location while identifying himself to the other driver. After said collision, defendant McCollum further failed to exhibit his operator's or chauffeur's license to police officer or the driver of the vehicle with which he collided. That being the factual basis, the defendant indicating that he was entering a no contest plea in this matter to the amended count of failing to report. Ms. Manarino, satisfied?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Robinson, satisfied?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. McCollum, the court accepts the no contest plea to the failing to report. There is an indication on the offer sheet from the prosecutor that the issue of restitution is to be determined. Ms. Manarino, do we need to have a hearing on that, or is the restitution something that's going to be conducted and agreed to outside of this court?
Your Honor, I've spoken with the complainant on this matter. She's gathering the documents for her restitution claim. I don't have those yet, and that's why I indicated that it would be determined. If the court wants to set it for restitution hearing, when I get that documentation, I can provide it to Mr. Robinson, and hopefully we can agree on a restitution amount.
Do you,
I can-
think that?
Yeah, I concur, Judge.
Thank you. Let's call it a sentencing / restitution hearing and set it on for our next available, well, not next available. Mary Ann, are we still looking at May the 19th?
Yes,
At what time?
9:40.
At 9:40 a.m. We'll send the file downstairs to the probation department to send a letter to the victim in this case. And Ms. Manarino, if you get the information in interim, just get it over to us.
Yes, Your
That's what
Honor.
the court will rely upon for the restitution. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Robinson?
No, Your Honor. Well, yeah, I guess, will Mr. McCollum need to contact probation, or will the court do sentencing just on that day?
We'll just do the sentencing on that day.
Great. Thank you, Judge.
Does that, I don't, okay, thank you.
Well said.
Good luck to you, Mr. McCollum. We are, thank you.
Thanks, Judge. Thanks, Angela.
Thanks, Steve.
This is 20VB036460, and this is Van Buren Township versus Rodney Earl Ross. May I have your appearances, please?
Angela Mandarin on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Richardella, P 62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Ross. Your Honor, at this time, we're going to be respectfully requesting a final pretrial in this matter.
Mr. Ross, state your name for me, please, sir.
Rodney Earl Ross.
Thank you. The final pretrial date will be
May 19th at 9:40.
May 19th, 2022, 9:40 a.m. back here in courtroom number 1. Anything else, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your
Thank
Honor,
you.
thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ross, I'll see you back here on May the 19th.
Thank you,
Oh,
Judge.
before you leave, Mr. Ross, you have a payment plan with this court. You owe $316. You haven't made a payment in quite some time. Would you please contact the court's collection department and resume those payments?
Yes, I will. I'll get a hold of them.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Judge.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if my microphone was working. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Ross.
Thank you, Judge.
Hmm. Yes, ma'am. I wonder why she keeps popping out. Good morning, Mr. Quick.
Good morning, how are you?
This is 220216OM Van Buren Township versus Joshua Quick.
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Richardala, P 62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Quick, standing in for Jeffrey Bowditch, the attorney of record. At this time, we're asking for an adjournment in this matter.
Mr. Judao only called one case. There's also 22VB00001OM Van Buren Township versus Joshua Quick. Those adjourned dates will be
May 19th at 9:40.
at 9.
40?
Did you say 9:40? Thank you.
Yes. Yep.
Sorry, May 19th at 9:40.
Yes, sir. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else? It looks like, did we lose Mr. Judal already? Mr. Quick, I'll see you back here on May 19th, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Somebody wake Mr. Hoskins up for me, please.
I think.
I'm awake. I'm awake, Your Honor.
If I could speak with Angela in a breakout room briefly, that would,
Absolutely.
thank you. You want to just mean your breakout room, Angela?
Yeah, that'll work. Thanks, Royce.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Judal, are you with Mr. Hoskins?
I am not.
Okay,
I believe that's what Mr. Nunley wanted to go
Mr.
to
Nunley.
speak with the prosecutor about, yes.
Mr. Hoskins, you look a lot better than the last time I saw you.
I am still in so much pain, Your Honor. It's terrible. Oh my God, I've been suffering. It's been a very painful experience.
I think the
It's
last
getting
time you
better.
were still, were you in, I think you were in the car the last time.
Yeah, I had just got out of surgery and was heading home. Yeah, and my phone was about to die, and I was on hold for like 2.5 hours. Somehow I kept getting switched around to the bottom or something.
I think we're moving a lot better today. We're a lot better coordinated. So thank you
I'm-
for
I'm-
rejoining
no.
us today.
No problem, man. This is, I'm the one that's in trouble, not you.
Do we know what happened with Ms. Colton and Mr. Townsley?
I can look.
They were here. Hmm. Hmm. Are we ready on the Hoskins matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Recalling 210-750 OM, Van Buren Township versus Hoskins.
Angela Manning on behalf of the people.
Royce Nunley, on behalf of the defendant, for purposes of the arraignment, we'd waive a formal reading and ask the court to enter a plea of not guilty. For purposes of the pretrial, we are asking the court to adjourn this matter for a final pretrial where the victim must appear.
The Van Buren Township Public Safety Department is requesting bond in this case of 2,010%. This court will set Mr. Hoskins' bond at 2,000 personal. Mr. Hoskins, you do not need to post any money, but what you must do is appear at all future court dates. That final pretrial date will be
May 19th at 9:40.
May 19th at 9:40. Back here with me, the complainant must appear. Anything else, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Nunley?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Hoskins, I will see you on May the 19th, sir. I hope by that point you're feeling better, the pain subsided.
I have a question. You want me to come to the courthouse
I
on May
have one more
19th?
thing
Oh,
before you
sorry.
ask your question. I'm sorry. You go ahead.
ma'am.
You said you had someplace else to be on May 19th?
No, I'm asking to come, I have to come to Van Buren on May 19th or do Zoom?
Oh, no. You'll Zoom again on May
Oh,
19th.
okay.
The only other thing, sir, is that there's an order for fingerprints on the front of the file. The court has signed that. You just need to go to Van Buren Public Safety and be fingerprinted before your next court date.
Okay,
May
No
19th
problem.
by Zoom. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
May 19th, what time again? What time was it?
9:40.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
940.
All right,
You're
thank you.
welcome, sir.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Your Honor,
What?
did the court call the Townsley matter?
I did not, and I asked what happened because I saw the attorney, Ms. Colton, was here, and then she's disappeared, and I don't know why.
Okay,
I
that
don't
was
know who
my,
talked to her, what happened.
I spoke with her and my understanding was we were both coming back to the main session to talk to the court. And then I didn't see her again. So I will send her an email and let her know to sign back on so that we can, the court can call the case.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Mena,
Yes, Your Honor.
you have a stack of 920 cases with a George Drayton.
Yep. He is one of our frequent flyers for
I know,
trespassing.
and if you, here's the thing, just so we're on the record with them, there's 22 WM 00516 OM 22 WM 00449 OM 22 WM 00434 OM as and 22 WM 00382 OM that are actively on the docket for this morning. He then has warrants in 19138 OM 200754 OM 200848 OM 20 WM 03363 OM 21 WM 00200 OM 21 WM 00269 OM 22 WM 00018 OM 21 WM 02554 OM. The court will leave the warrants in warrant status. For the three that are before the court this morning, the question becomes, he's scheduled at 9:20. It's now 10:04 by the court's clock. He's failed to appear for the day. Because he is historically a trespasser at the airport, what is your position in these matters based on his failure to appear and his extensive warrant history already?
Your Honor, we just asked to issue warrants on these. I will indicate, just so the court is aware, we are trying, it's, as the court knows, this is a significant problem at the airport with those with various issues and then homeless. Actually, we just started talking with corporate counsel yesterday. We're trying to figure out, it's a source of frustration, I know, for the court. It's a source of frustration for our officers. But the resources and the ability to take action are extremely limited in what we're dealing with.
The court will issue warrants on the cases that are scheduled for this morning based on the fact that Mr. Drayton, has an historic failure to appear issue in this court regarding these matters. As an aside, the court has concerns when we have people who have this history of trespass at the airport repeatedly over such a short period of time. Are these cases more appropriately maybe going to Wayne's District Court with Judge O'Leary and her behavioral health, or down the hall with Judge Green in drug court? And I think that varies from defendant to defendant, but that's just something, whatever conversation you're having with your corporate counsel, this court, because it's the ones that hears this case, is just curious if there's some collaborative thing that can be done to address this issue for the 10 to 15 frequent trespassers.
And I understand, Judge, I just indicate that it's now, I know it's on the department's radar. It's now on corporate counsel's radar. We're going to try to work with them to determine what we can do for this issue.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We have attorneys, but we don't have any match cases right now. We have 1702660 OM and 210767 OM. These are both Van Buren Township versus Elizabeth Barbie. These matters are both set for arraignment pretrial this morning. Ms. Barbie has a failure to appear history in the 1-7 file. And in the 2021 case, based on the failure to appear history in this case, the court will order the issuance of bench warrants in these matters. 5,000, 10%. Matters were scheduled at 9 o'clock, is 10:08 by the court's clock. Why is the jail here? Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you today?
I am wonderful. What do you have for us this morning? Hmm. Excuse me. This is 22WM00241OM. This is Wayne County Airport versus Vincent Nafleo, Noffleo. This matter was scheduled for 9:10 this morning. It's now 10:10 by the court's clock. The court would note that the defendant previously had technical difficulties in connecting. Mr. Mena, do you have any information or update in this case?
I do not, Your Honor. I've not heard from Mr. I believe it's Nafleo since the last hearing.
And Your
Inasmuch
Honor,
as the defendant
respectfully,
has
was that
testified-
Vincent? Your Honor, if that's Vincent Nafleo, I'm standing in for Ms. Leanna Belcher on this matter. Your Honor, I know that Ms. Leanna Belcher still needs to review a disc that was provided to her for discovery. So I know today I'm standing in to ask for a discovery on her behalf. So if we can have an adjournment in this matter, I'm pretty sure that Ms. Belcher will contact Mr. Nafleo and be here at the next court hearing.
Judge, if I can interrupt one moment, I'm so sorry. But Mr. Nafleo is on the phone. He's in the breakout room right now with MIDC, Mr. Nunley. He indicated that he's in the hospital currently. He just had a procedure done. So do you want me to bring him into the main session?
No, ma'am, I will take your comments as the court administrator that he is in the hospital. That makes him unavailable. We will adjourn this matter. Discovery's been requested by Mr. Jadala,
Thank you.
and Marianne will get us a new date.
May 19th at 9:40.
Thank you.
May 19th at 9:40 a.m. back here in courtroom number 1 with me. Anything else, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you for the clarification, sir.
Absolutely.
This is 22WM00375OM, Wayne County Airport versus Malik Sanders. This matter was scheduled at 9:20 a.m. for arraignment and pretrial. It's now 10:13 by the court's clock. I do not see anybody by the name of Malik Sanders. Let's look in the main room. Let's look in the breakout rooms. Don't see anybody by that name. Defendant having failed to appear, matter will be set for show cause. Mr. Nunley, sir, how can I help you?
Oh, I just left a breakout room with Mr. Nofleo, and I understand the court has adjourned the matter and has set a new date already.
At May the 19th at 9:40 a.m., Mr. Jadala stood in and requested discovery.
Okay.
This is 2202520M Van Buren Township versus Quincy Frank Jones. Matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 9:30. It's now 10:14 by the court's clock. I don't see Mr. Jones in our main session. Don't see any unidentified persons in the breakout room. Based on the defendant's failure to appear, the matter will be set for show cause. This is 2202510M Van Buren Township versus Kevin Matthew Rader. Today's day and time set for arraignment and pretrial. This matter was scheduled at 9:30 a.m. It's now 10:15 a.m. by the court's clock. Kevin Rader. There's no one by that name in the court's main session. There's no unidentified persons in the court's breakout sessions. Based on the defendant's failure to appear this morning, the matter will be set for show cause. Ms. Manarino, any luck with Ms. Colton?
No, Your Honor, I sent her an email asking her to sign back on, and I have not received a response from her. Should I try to call her office? We were just going to ask for an adjournment of this matter, Your Honor, so we can continue settlement negotiations. I don't know if the court would adjourn it without Ms. Conant and her client being present.
The problem is he has not been arraigned.
Correct.
So
I
if
will.
she comes back on, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, I'll give her office a call.
Thank you. This is 20VB042770M Van Buren Township versus Justin Michael Puckett. This matter was scheduled for final pretrial. Mr. Jadala.
Yes, it was, Your Honor. I have no reason for Mr. Puckett's non-appearance. I would respectfully request if this court would consider adjourning the final pretrial one more time, Your Honor, so I could attempt to get a hold of Mr. Puckett.
I have no objection, Your Honor.
Final pretrial will be adjourned to
May 19th at 9:50.
Thank you, Your Honor.
May 19th at 9:50 back here with me. Anything else, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. This is 22WM00340OM Wayne County Airport versus Olga Romero. Olga Romero. This matter was scheduled for pretrial. Mr. Bowditch's file. Pass the matter for a moment, see if Mr. Jadal is covering for Mr. Bowditch on this matter.
Yes, Your Honor. And what was that? What was the name? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, sir. I thought you maybe was someone else. Romero, Olga Romero. Mr. Bowditch previously appeared in this matter.
And Your Honor, what was it set for today? Is that a pretrial or a
It
final?
was set
pretrial?
for pretrial today, sir.
Your Honor, we'd ask respectfully if this court would consider an adjournment in this matter so I could have Mr. Bowditch appear with his client.
Any objection, Mr. Mena?
No objection, Your Honor.
Pretrial will be adjourned to that May 19, 2022 at what time, Mary Ann?
9:50.
9:50 back here with me. Mr. Jadala, the court will note that Ms. Romero did fail to appear this morning. Pretrial, May 19th. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
This is 1507090M Wayne County Airport versus Jillian Courtney Gail Glover. Matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 10 o'clock. It's now 10:20 a.m. by this court's clock. Mr. Mena, any information or insight into this 2015 case?
No, Your Honor, other than she's failed to appear here today.
This matter was scheduled at 10 o'clock. It's now 10:21 by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear and having a history of failing to appear in this court. Bench warrant shall issue 5,000, 10%. Javante Jackson Norman was scheduled with Judge Green at 10:20, so we'll pass the matter to see if maybe that's not resolved yet. Mr. Jadala,
Yes, Judge.
This is 21BL006290T. This is City of Belleville versus Dennis Vieira, supposed to be down the hall. I have the file, which I
That was
clearly,
confusing to me too. I saw that it was on the docket. I don't know if it was on yours, so that I don't know what's going on.
I clearly don't have Belleville this morning. If somebody meanders by, I'll give the file to them. I don't know if you want to check in with Judge Green and see if Mr. Vieira has appeared down there.
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, Mary Ann, I'm going to step off and walk the file down.
exclusion. Here we go.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello,
How are you?
I am fine, Judge. Maggie Cotan here on behalf of Dalton Townsley.
Give me 1 second. 22VB00431OM, Van Buren Township versus Dalton Townsley. Ma'am, I saw you and your client moving in our breakout rooms and then you disappeared. I got nervous that something had gone amiss and awry. Mr. Townsley, would you state your name for the record, sir?
Dalton Townsley.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial in this matter. Ms. Manarino indicated that you might be seeking an adjournment, but because your client hadn't been arraigned, I wanted to talk to both of you and figure out what we're doing this morning.
Sure. Actually, Ms. Manarino and I have been going back and forth, and we believe we may have reached an agreement regarding resolution of this matter, but there is one thing that I have to investigate and set up to Ms. Manarino's satisfaction, which is absolutely acceptable to me, and we are just adjourning it for that purpose.
So for purposes of arraignment, what say you, ma'am?
He plead not guilty for purposes of arraignment.
Not guilty for Mr. Townsley. I do not see a recommendation for bond in this matter. But inasmuch as the citation in the court's file indicates that Mr. Townsley has a child in common with the complainant, is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor.
So we can't put a no contact in, but what can we put in so that we don't have another issue arise?
Your Honor, I think if the parties or if the complainant and the defendant limit their contact to conversations about their child, that may resolve the issue.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Mr. Townsley, I'm sorry.
Apologize.
What were you saying, ma'am?
I said my client would agree to that, Your Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Townsley's bond will be set at 1,000 personal. Mr. Townsley, you do not need to post any money, but what you must do is appear at all future court dates. The condition is that contact be limited to issues regarding the child and or child care.
Okay.
It's pretty broad, but that should keep us from having another citation that indicates the same information. Your adjourn date will be
May 19th at 9:50.
May 19th at 9:50, back on Zoom, back here with me in number 1. Anything else on behalf of the township?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else on behalf of Mr. Townsley?
No, there's not, Your Honor. We will enjoy seeing you on May 19th.
Thank you for jumping back on. Have a wonderful afternoon.
You too, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, am I in the,
Good morning, ma'am. Oh, yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, there is an 11 o'clock hearing scheduled for the Belleville Lodge.
Yes, ma'am.
We would just ask to, or move to dismiss that case.
No.
Okay.
This is 21VB021060N, Van Buren Township versus Belleville Lodge.
Angela
Madam
Mayer,
Reno,
on behalf
this
of the
ma-
people. Sorry, Judge.
I'm sorry. This matter was set for hearing this matter, and you've indicated that the township would be dismissing the matter?
Yes, Your Honor, the parties have had some discussions and we believe that the issue regarding the ordinance violation has been resolved.
Is it your understanding that Mr. Myers will not be joining us this morning?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Based on the representations of the prosecutor this morning, the court will dismiss the citation issued to the defendant Belleville Lodge on December 16th, 2021. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mariah?
Yes, Judge.
Did you need something, ma'am?
No, just back out and we have no one to put anywhere right now. So just here in case you need me.
Was she in the wrong place?
She was in the wrong place. She's for Judge Green this morning. So I think
Thank
we
you.
have
Judge
her on
Green-
the,
I'm sorry.
no, I was
think
just
you
going to
have her on
say,
the
I
right
think we
path?
have her on the right path. Yeah.
We had a defendant, Jackson Norman, who, I'm sorry, Javante Jackson Norman had two with me this morning, and also he was supposed to be with Judge Green at 10:20.
Okay.
That's the only person that we're looking for. Everyone else, I think we're down to our last 5 or 6 files.
Yes, we had a few, Miss Artesia and Mr. Zahir have appeared. They're in with MIDC right now. They were scheduled at 10:50.
I have their files pulled to the side. I see that they're already in talking.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you.
Jim, are you available?
That was so classy.
I am.
May we speak in the breakout room, please?
Yeah, I'll put you want to meet in mine?
Yes.
because I think your client's in yours.
Yep, let's do that.
Good morning, Ms. Romero. Good morning, Mr. Zaire.
Good morning.
Sir, were you speaking with Mr. Nunley?
Let me see what the name was. Yes, Mr. Nomley.
He's still in a breakout room, so if you sit tight, we'll get to you in just one moment.
Sure.
Thank you. This is 22WM003850M, Wayne County Airport versus Mansour Zahir. May I have your appearances, please?
For the record, Your Honor, Jason Mena appearing on behalf of the airport.
Royce Nunley on behalf of the defendant. For purposes of the arraignment, we waive a formal reading of the charge, ask the court to enter a plea of not guilty. For the pretrial purposes, Sammer has been assigned to represent this individual. Sammer has asked me to stand in for him and to set it for a pretrial in the future, to give him an opportunity to do whatever, he's going to do with the case.
Sir, would you state your name for the record, please?
Mansour Zahir.
Thank you. There is no bond recommendation from the airport. Mr. Zahir's bond will be set at 1,000 personal. Mr. Zahir, you do not need to post any money, but what you must do is appear at all future court dates. Your adjourned pretrial date will be
May 19th at 10 o'clock.
May 19th, 2022 at 10 a.m. back here with me in courtroom number 1. Anything else, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Nunley?
No, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Zahir, I'll see you on May 19th, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jim, can we go back into your breakout room about another matter?
Sure.
Thank you.
Ms. Manarino,
Yes, Your Honor.
we have the Jackson Norman files still hanging around. They're scheduled at 10 o'clock. It's 10:52. I know that Mr. Jadala was here previously. I don't know if there was some confusion for Mr. Jackson Norman because he was also assigned to or had cases with Judge Green this morning. If we get to the end of the docket and Mr. Jackson Norman and Mr. Jadala have not reappeared, the court's more inclined to adjourn the matters to that May 19th date than to take any adverse action.
That would be fine, Your Honor.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
This is 22WM00329OT, Wayne County Airport versus Dana Lynn White. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment pretrial in this matter. The defendant was here on April the 7th, 2022 for arraignment pretrial, and there was some issues with the defendant being able to log on for the Zoom hearing. The matter was reset for that reason. Matter was scheduled at 10:10 a.m. It's now 10:55 a.m. Defendant has again failed to appear. Matter will be sent for show cause.
Whatever happened while I was away, Judge, it was Angela's fault.
Of course it was, Joe. It's always mine.
I don't even want to know what happened.
Oh, well, we're almost to the end.
We are. We have 4 left, and
How are you liking this new way of moving them?
I like it, but there needs to be conversation about it. I don't think everyone understands that how we're doing it. I don't know that all of the attorneys understand that, or most of the attorneys are being made co-hosts, are regularly appearing attorneys, and they can move themselves. They don't have to wait for us. And with Mariah or Maria or Mackenzie or whomever, whatever clerk is assigned and moving people in and getting them renamed and getting them in with the MIDC waiting room, I think that's working magnificently when people when everyone understands that that's what the process is. You go from our main waiting room into a clerk meeting room. If you're waiving MIDC, you come right out here. And if there's nothing else going on, I'll call you right away. I try to go in date order and time order so that the 9 o'clock is not waiting till the end of the docket. But what do you think about it?
I'm kind of liking it because now I don't have to wait on somebody. I can look, I can see that there's somebody in my waiting room. I can get in there, I can address it, and I can move on. So, I mean, in the past, you had to wait, they would go through that initial process right on this main screen, and then we'd have to wait for them to get moved. And then you would hear, can I move? Can I talk to so-and-so in a breakout room? Where now we can just move into a breakout room.
I think it helps also people being the attorneys, to keep your chat window open so you can see that the staff is trying to do something with you, and to keep your breakout rooms open so you can see that people are in your waiting room. And I think that was a problem we had yesterday, that attorneys weren't paying attention to their waiting room queues.
Yeah, and the only thing that happens is when you move from one room to another, your breakout room window disappears. So you got to remember to pull it back up so you can take a look.
I think it's working. What do you think, Ms. Manarino?
I like it. I think it is easier to have them go and speak with the clerk right away, so they kind of get routed, and I think it saves a lot of time in the main session.
Because I see it in like Angela, I see it in other ones where it's just a cattle call where there's like 50 screen pictures up, and then they're trying to move people around. This seems to be working really well.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I assume that if you're here on the main session, someone put you here, whether it was Mary Ann or Mariah, and I know that you should be ready. That's why when I ask an attorney, well, are you ready? The only answer should be yes, or somehow you missed being rerouted and didn't talk to your client. That just is a chat to Mary Ann saying, I need to talk to my client. Somebody who hasn't been made a co-host, they just need to let somebody know what it is they're trying to do. Don't just show up here and start shouting in the main session. That's where my problem comes.
Maybe that'll be something when they do send the notices out, maybe they can develop a procedure so that those attorneys know that here's the procedure.
Mr. Mena, don't do anything on Zoom main session that you wouldn't do in court. You would never come through these doors and start screaming out into the courtroom. So don't do it here.
Yep.
That's all.
Completely agree with you, Judge.
I agree, Judge.
I see Ms. Thompson's here. I know that we're waiting for Mr. Nunley to come out. Ms. Romero's case has already been rescheduled. That's all I had. Artiga and Thompson pulled to the side.
Yeah, Mr. Nunley's with Ms. Romero right now, and then I think he has Ortega in the waiting room, his waiting room.
Judge, would you like Miss Romero in the main session?
She can, but we've already reset that matter. That's why I don't know why she's here as long as she's been here.
Yeah, she had asked to speak with someone this morning. It looks as if maybe Mr. Jajala left the meeting. Did he have another?
He did.
Okay. All right. Mary Ann, can I have the date for Miss Romero?
It's 5/19 at 9:50 a.m.
Thank you, Judge. I will
You're
let her
welcome,
know.
ma'am. Thank you. There was an Artega that disappeared. Mr. Mena, Doris Artiga,
I see her, well, I saw her.
she had
Yeah,
been
she-
here. She since, oh, she's back.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
in with Mr. Nunley, I think.
She is, but she had disappeared for a moment. I don't think you have enough stuff stacked up on your credenza.
Well, when my assistant gets that stack, she's gonna probably deck me, so it's all right that it sits there for a little bit. That mountain tends to disappear and then regrow and then disappear and regrow.
I used to have that same problem when I had court all morning. I would come in the afternoon and my credenza would be covered with stacks and stacks. I don't miss that. Hours
I'm
of
sh-
signing your name.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mary Ann, let's go ahead and just get the new dates for Mr. Jackson Norman. Those were the 210083 and 210246 cases for Miss Manarino.
Sure. May 19th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you. Your Honor, the court mentioned that he had other cases that were assigned to Judge Green. Were those Van Buren matters as well, if the court knows?
No, ma'am. He had. They must be Romulus cases,
Okay, thank you.
but there, I was looking for that note from last time. I know it was different jurisdictions. But Mr. Bowditch was with him on the original hearing date. And Mr. Bowditch is assigned to another courtroom this morning. That's what I'm saying. Even though Mr. Jadala was covering some of the cases, we're not going to penalize him. We'll get Mr. Jackson Norman renoticed for May 19th at 10 a.m. back here with me on those matters.
So
Okay,
Judge,
thank you,
I
ma'am.
just had a phone conversation with Mr. Bowditch, and he's finishing in Judge Green right now, and he's signing into this courtroom because there is somebody in my meeting room that he's been assigned to. And he said that he was gonna pop over like momentarily. I guess her docket is finishing now.
Thank you, Mr. Nunley. This is 22WM004360M. This is Wayne County Airport versus Doris Artiga.
Royce Nunley appearing on behalf of the defendant. For purposes of the arraignment, we would waive a formal reading. And at this time, Ms. Artiega is prepared to plead guilty as charged.
Ma'am, would you state your name for me, please?
Doris Artiaga.
Artiaga, thank you so very much. Would you raise your right hand?
Yes.
Do you swear from testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Ma'am, you put your hand down.
Okay.
You've had the opportunity to discuss your case this morning with Mr. Nunley.
Yes, correct.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind? Ma'am?
Hear me?
I can hear you now, but my question to you is, you understand the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes.
You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor?
I'm sorry?
If you plead guilty this morning, you will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor. You understand that?
Yes, I understand.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Correct.
Ma'am, is it true that on March the 24th, 2022, at the Detroit Metro Airport located city of Romulus, County of Wayne, state of Michigan, that you did attempt to smuggle marijuana on the aircraft?
No, that's incorrect. I didn't smoke or try to smoke. I just had like a couple pounds on me, if that makes sense.
Ma'am, I didn't say smoke, I said smuggle. You attempted to take
Oh,
marijuana on the aircraft.
yes, correct.
Okay. Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Nunley?
Satisfied.
Ma'am, the court accepts your plea of guilty as charged to the drug crime. And you said a couple of pounds of marijuana?
Yeah, it was like a couple pounds.
How many pounds, ma'am?
It was probably like 10.
10 pounds of marijuana? Okay.
Yeah.
And Mr. Nunley and Mr. Mena, was there any conversation or agreement about the sentence in this matter?
There was not, Your Honor. And I would note for the record, Your Honor, it was 50 pounds of marijuana.
5-0.
50.
Thank you. Mr. Nunley, any comment about sentence in this matter?
We just asked the court to assess fines and costs in the matter.
Thank you. Ma'am, are you employed?
Yes.
Where do you work and how long have you been there?
I work at a restaurant. I've been there for about like 4 years, maybe.
Prior to this March 24, 2022, 50 pounds of marijuana at the airport, when was the last time you had contact with law enforcement?
With law enforcement?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean law enforcement?
Before this thing at the airport on March the 24th, when's the last time you had interaction with the police?
Oh, honestly, I don't remember. Honestly, I haven't, unless it's like they stopped me for like, like a ticket or something, but I've never really had, I've never really, had a case, if that makes sense.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Ma'am, the court's going to assess a fine of $500, cost of $100, $75 crime victim fee, $50 state cost, and $20 fund fee.
Okay.
That's $745. Do you need more than 5 days to pay this amount?
Okay.
That's a question. Do you need more than 5 days to pay this amount?
No.
Okay, 5 days to pay. You can pay online, you can mail it to the court, or you can bring it to the court. Anything else, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Nunley?
No, Your Honor.
Ma'am, good luck to you. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you. So will they email me or where do I pay?
You can go online to the court's website, mi34thdistrictcourt.com, and you can pay there, or you can mail it to the court. I see that
Okay.
you're out of state, so you can't bring it, but you can mail it or pay it online.
Okay. And
Thank
what's
you.
the
Have a
amount
good day.
again?
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, what's the amount? What's the amount again? Just
$745.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
This is 22WM003890M, Wayne County Airport versus Naisha Thompson.
For the record, Your Honor, James Mena appearing on behalf of the airport.
Royce Nunley on behalf of the defendant. We waive a formal reading in this matter, and much like the last, Ms. Thompson is prepared to tender a plea of guilty as charged to this matter.
Ms. Thompson, would you turn your video on for me, please, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ma'am, you were able to discuss your case this morning with Mr. Nunley?
Correct.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Correct.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Correct.
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Ma'am, is it true that on March 17, 2022, at Detroit Metro Airport located City of Romulus, County of Wayne, State of Michigan, that you tried to smuggle marijuana onto the aircraft?
Correct.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Nunley?
Satisfied.
Ms. Thompson, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the sole count in this case being a drug crime, possession of marijuana. How much marijuana did you have?
6 pounds.
6 pounds?
Mhm.
Thank you. Mr. Mena, was there any discussion or agreement about sentencing this matter?
There was not, Your Honor.
Mr. Nunley, is there anything you want to say on behalf of Ms. Thompson before sentence is imposed?
We would just request that the court just assess fines and costs.
Ms. Thompson, are you employed?
No.
When was the last time you were employed?
2000, like towards the end of 2021.
How do you support yourself?
I get AFDC. And that helps me. And then I got people that help me, excuse me, people that help me if I need it, but I don't really, but I've been looking for a job though. I have been looking for a job.
Before this March 17th interaction at the airport, when's the last time you had contact with the police?
It's been about like 2 almost like 15 or something like that years.
Ma'am, the court's going to impose a fine of $300, cost of $100, crime victims of $75, state cost of $50, and $20 fund fee. That's $545. Do you need more than 5 days to pay this amount?
Of course, ma'am.
Ma'am, we're going to have you go into the breakout room. You'll speak to this court's collection department. They'll put you on a monthly payment plan. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Nunley?
Nothing, Judge. Thank you.
Ms. Thompson, please join the collections breakout room. They'll get you moved there. It's $545. Mr. Bowditch, good morning, sir.
Jeff, you're muted.
My apologies, Your Honor. Good morning.
No worries, sir. Who are you here for?
I just came at the tail end with Miss Romero. I was with Judge Green all morning.
I understand, sir. We adjourned that matter to May 19th.
I had a chance to speak with her, Your Honor.
Did you need anything else this morning, sir?
I don't believe so unless I'm needed, Your Honor.
I don't think so, sir. Thank you very much.
Could I speak with Mr. Mena for a second?
Always. This is 22WM00394OM, Wayne County Airport versus Demario Ellis. This matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 10:50 this morning. It is now 11:16 a.m. Demario Ellis is not in this court's main session. There are no unidentified persons in this court's breakout sessions. Defendant having failed to appear. Matter will be set for show cause. This is 20WN02452OT, Wayne County Airport versus Shamika Hunt. Matter was scheduled this morning for arraignment pretrial. Defendant failed to appear on April the 7th, 2022. For her arraignment pretrial, the matter was, warrant was issued in this matter, 5,010%. The warrant was canceled and the matter was reset for today. There is no explanation as to why. She has now failed to appear for a second time, in as much as the underlying allegation involves a driving while license suspended. Court will reset show cause. Mary Ann, that is the last file I have this morning, so if you would be so kind, excuse me, to stop the recording